Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Tyler from House of Cards TCG coming at you again with another live from locals commentary. This one is a round 3, so this is both these guys had a 2-0 record going into this match. On the left, we have Shane with his Swordsoul Tenyi, which we've been seeing a lot on the channel. We are going to switch that up. I brought pendulums this week, and I wasn't featured at all, but I think what we're going to do is feature one deck going forward. But on the right, we have Kevin, and he is on his Earth Machines. And if you look at the past videos from yesterday, you'll be able to see his profile of the exact deck that he played. So make sure to go and check that out. And without further ado, let's all dive on in. We have the finals at a locals match, Swordsoul versus Earth Machines.
House of Cards.
TCG.
Alright, diving on in, this is game 1. This is your reminder to please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We are trying to hit 2,000 subs by the end of this month, and we're very close to doing it. So please help us out. We post daily, and we love this content. So we are going to see a dice roll go down, and we have an 8 on a 7. So we're probably going to see Kevin go first here. Typically, Earth Machina Machina is a going second deck, but let's see what happens here. So we are going to go ahead and see Kevin open up with the normal summon of the Unclasper. That effect is going to allow him to send a Earth Machine, looks like Citadel, down to the graveyard. So that is a card that you don't usually see in Earth Machines, but it is a card that he actually really likes to play. You can see it in his deck profile. It does look like we have a droplet in his hand, and then we are going to go ahead and see a activation of the Revolving Switchyard. So what that card does is it's going to allow him to add basically, if the level 10 Earth Machine is special summoned, then he could add. I wish I had better knowledge of this card, but maybe I can get Kevin on the channel to explain a little bit more. But we're gonna see a set 3. If you saw in the profile, he was running some back row, so back row is pretty relevant in his deck. So we're gonna see the normal summon card, the field spell, and 3 back row with Shane's hand. We do see a Nashuna, a Vessel, a Chalice, a Ecclesia, a Vishuda. His hand's kind of nuts. And Hara, all Tenyis with the Ecclesia. So, of course, he's going to go ahead and activate the Ashuna. Ashuna's going to go ahead and special summon. Then he's going to link that off for a Monk. See, I do know the Sword Cell combo, that's for sure. But we're going to see how Kevin plays this. You never know. This could be pretty interesting here. He's going to go ahead and activate Vessel. So Vessel is going to go ahead and dump a worm, which probably is going to be Vishuda, I would imagine. I think it's to add a Tenyi monster to his hand because he controls a non-effect monster. So he does send Vishuda here. And again, we are going to work on the glare. We have a whole setup going forward where we're going to fix the glare and provide a better overview of the field so that you can see more of the graveyards as well. So that's why we said we're going to put, if people do enjoy these, which let me know down below that you enjoy the live duel content, we're going to put more quality into it and make sure that we can improve that for you all. So he's going to go ahead and activate Vishuda. That's going to bounce the RuneScape. So let's see if it gets met with a strike or something. He's looking at his back row. I'm not 100% sure what he might have here. He's looking. He's going to go ahead and droplet. Okay, misplay there, but it's okay. It's okay. So he was going to activate droplet to send his RuneScape, but he's going to bounce it to hand. He can't droplet it because the only thing on the field is a non-effect monster, and you can't negate a non-effect monster because it has no effect to negate. But we are going to see a Hara come down. It's a little misstep. It's okay. He got a little excited. It's the finals of a locals, everyone. Relax, all right? That's not a misplay. All right, so we're going to see a Shuna banished, and that's going to go ahead and special summon a Tenyi from his deck. And this is being met with no response here. So it's going to bring out the Vishuda. He has Vishuda and Anhara that's going to go into the Baxia. So let's see what Shane decides to do here, I would imagine. That glare is just awful. I wish we would have filmed this differently, and I apologize, everyone. But we are going to see the Baxia come down. Baxia was used with 2 different types. So now he could go ahead and bounce 2 of his back row. He is going to go ahead and droplet here, sending the RuneScape. That's going to put it into the grave. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Is that RuneScape? So I've been saying RuneScape. I actually meant Unclasper. My bad. I apologize to all you Machina players out there. I really don't know what I was thinking. But, all right, we're going to see Droplet get met with the Baxia, so that is going to negate Baxia. Then we're going to see a normal summon Ecclesia. Ecclesia effect is going to go ahead and activate. And then that is going to go ahead and tribute itself. And he's going to go ahead and chain Imperm. But, again, he is learning quickly what the Swordsoul engine does. Everyone, go easy on him, all right? It's okay. So Ecclesia in this example attributes for cost, so it can't get met with an imperm. And then also it's an illegal activation because Baxia is already negated by Droplet, so you can't actually, there's nobody to target, so it would get reset there. So anybody that comments down below and says that imperm has to resolve, it can't because he already Dropleted the Baxia. Imperm doesn't have a target. But it's okay. It is okay. We are going to see next come down. I couldn't see what he brought out. I would imagine it's a Mo Yi. So yeah. It is a Mo Yi. Shane is definitely helping him out here, and that's what Locals is all about, right? It's about people coming in, learning the game. There's a lot of new players that can come in, and they want to learn the game and not be abused by players or sharked by other players. So that's why we like to have a good time at our Locals and like to have fun. So we are going to see great sportsmanship by Shane. He still brings out the Mo Yi. Mo Yi's going to activate. He's going to get that met by an imperm, and that is good sportsmanship there. So. All right, we are going to go ahead. We see his hand is Vishuddha, Adhara, a Ecclesio. Oh, that's his grave. I'm sorry. We don't know what is in his hand, but a Baxia and a Tenyi is pretty good right now with a Mo Yi on field. He's at least going to be able to swing in for some decent damage. Yeah, he is going to go into battle phase here, and it looks like he's going to swing 1,000 with the Monk. And then Baxia is going to be halved. I did forget about Baxia being halved there by the Droplet. So, gonna take a little bit of damage. It's not too bad. Not too bad. And Earth Machina is known to OTK, so you got to be careful here. Just because it looks like that Shane's on top doesn't mean that we can't see Kevin go through in OTK. So, going forward, he is going to go ahead and activate the Adhara effect. Adhara is going to go ahead and add the Ashuna back to his hand for follow-up. And then he is going to go ahead and take Mo Yi and Baxia. This is interesting. He's going to actually link those off, I would imagine, to the link to the Shaman. And Shaman is a pretty good defensive card because you can't really battle into it while they control another Monk because it's basically going to destroy it. And if when attack is involving a non-effect monster, basically you can target a card on the field and destroy it or destroy that card. So it's pretty good. Card is annoying, can be annoying. But it has an effect. Can we get met with an imperm? So let's see what Kevin does on the flip side here. So when it gets passed to him, we do see a Chalice. I would imagine the Chalice is going to get set. And he is going to activate the effect to target Baxia. And I do have to read that. Let's see what that effect is that he's activating. So he has to discard a card, which I didn't see. He is going to discard the Adhara here, and it gets to special summon back the Baxia. Since it was properly synchro summoned, he is able to do that. That is actually an insane card. The only restriction is you cannot activate monsters from the extra deck except for Tenyi for the rest of the turn, but it doesn't matter when you're passing. So Baxia is going to be able to come back and provide some pretty good follow-up for him here. So Kevin does have his work cut out for him to break this. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not like there's a Baron, a Blackout, a Grandmaster. It's not bad, right? Especially because that Monk actually could be a problem for Shane because Earth Machine OTK is something for real. You can get out the Libby for 6,000 attacking twice, and it's insane. So not 100% sure what happened there. Let me try to go back and see what is going on. All right, so I dove into it. So he actually activated Baxia effect to pop the Shaman and then bring back out the Adhara. And then I had to dive into further just to make sure because he already used Baxia and it got met with Droplet. But Baxia left the field and came back, and then Baxia is not a hard once per turn. If I am incorrect, please let me know down below. But I just looked into it, and Baxia does not seem to be a hard once per turn. So it was a legal move to actually go for that. However, right here, he does go Baxia and Adhara into the Grandmaster, and if my math is correct, that does not add up, so that might be a misplay there. That should have been Sheng Ying. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but we are going to see the Swordsoul player go ahead and activate the Grandmaster. Grandmaster is going to go ahead and grab the Long Yuan. Also, he is restricted by the Shaman and not allowed to use the effect of Grandmaster to grab Long Yuan. So this should not be happening at all. This is definitely a misplay. He's got the Shaman restriction as well as the Baxia and the Adhara. They get met with that. But we are going to go ahead and see Kevin flip over the urgent schedule, and that's going to allow him to add, and then I believe that that's going to go ahead and trigger and allow him to go ahead and use the field spell as well. I could be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure he was waiting on this here. So we are going to see him bring out I'm trying to see which machine that is. It looks like it could be. That's definitely the Metal Cruncher. That is the heavy freight train, I do believe. And then he is going to go ahead and chain the field splay here because a level 10 machine was summoned, and he could add a level 10 at that point. Now he can add the big, or special summons, I apologize. And that's going to go ahead and special summon out the Express Knight, I want to believe. I think it's Knight Express Knight. So that's, yeah, so now he's special summoning. He attempted to special summon from the graveyard. So that's the Pegasus, the Flying Pegasus is what he did there. So now that's going to go ahead and have some pretty big boss monsters out there. I'm not going to lie. So the Citadel and the Heavy Freight Train are going to be negated. We do have the Flying Pegasus out. And then we're going to see Shane go ahead and go into, I would imagine, a Baron. I guess the Sovereign. He's going to get Long U1 effect. Long U1 effect is going to go ahead and burn for 1200. So we are going to see that. And it looks like Kevin is going to read what the Sovereign does. Again, it is unfortunate because all this is all for naught because none of this should have went down here. But you know what? At locals, sometimes these things happen, and it's okay. We understand. You practice at locals so that you can get better for the bigger tournaments. Like, for example, we're going to be playing in the 3v3, so you got to practice your deck so that you can come up with these plays, and you want to get better. I don't think there's any malicious intent here at all, obviously. I just think that they were in the middle of the game. It's the final round, and they were just playing, and sometimes that happens. But it is important, though, if you are playing against the Sword Soul strategy, that you understand these restrictions, like, for example, Shaman's restriction and these different things. Because if you don't, like, a judge isn't going to be sitting over watching your gameplay, so you need to be able to catch it yourself, because you just don't want things like this to happen where it puts you in a bad position where you shouldn't have been put in that position. So it's just things that you just note when you do play the card game that you're aware of. And so hopefully with these videos and, like, different videos that we do, like, for example, how to beat videos and deck profiles and combos, we explain what these do, so that's going to help you become a better duelist so that you can pick up on these when you are playing. So they're just going over to the turn real quick, and Shane's talking about passing here, so we are going to go ahead and see what happens and see if Kevin's able to break this board going second and see what he can do. It would be impressive, though, if we could see Kevin crush this board. I would be highly impressed. I think that it would be insane to see. So I hear Shane talking. He's saying that he used to play this deck. Earth Machines have come a long way since the new support, and they're getting even more with the Therions. So it's so tough to see here. So we are going to see Shane activate the Grandmaster. That's going to go ahead and banish the Long U1 to negate the Flying Pegasus. And then that's going to trigger the Sovereign. But again, I guess that it doesn't matter. Well, because the Grandmaster shouldn't be out anyway, but he could have done this at the standby. So we are going to go ahead and see this come down here. I would imagine he's going to banish 2 cards, one from the grave, one from the field. It's an easy one. You definitely grab that Citadel. And then we're going to see the Heavy Train. Nope, Metal Cruncher. Get the Metal Cruncher out. All right, we're going to see Heavy Train go. And that's going to leave Kevin with 2 level 4s, which is why I thought the Metal Cruncher was going to go here. But we're going to go ahead and see him draw and go into Standby Made. And he's going to go overlay those for a Gear Giant X. Let's see what he does here. He's thinking hard. I don't know why he's grabbing that. Is he going to go ahead and bring that out? Okay, Gear Giant X is going to come down. He has to be careful of the Grandmaster that is on the field. He's going to activate the Gear Giant X. Shane is going to think here. I would imagine he's going to go ahead and activate the Grandmaster. You almost should, so you can banish. Alright, we're going to see a Metal Cruncher come down. Let me go back and see what's going on here. So I guess that Shane let that resolve, and then we're going to see the Metal Cruncher come down with the normal summon. Metal Cruncher is they're going to go ahead and grab him the Classbird here. Then he could go ahead and special summon it. And then he's going to go ahead and activate the the Clasper here. And that is going to go ahead and send. I didn't get a chance to see what he sent here, but this is definitely a tough one to commentate over. We're going to see another overlay here. Overlay into a second Gear Giant X. Is it? Let's see what he goes into here. So it looks like he's going to grab one of his Machinas here. And he is going to go for another Gigant X. And that is going to go ahead and activate that effect. Maybe I missed the droplet or something. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like a Flying Pegasus is going to come down. Comment down below if I missed something and maybe you saw why he's not activating the Grandmaster. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm not 100% sure. So he's asking what everybody's doing. Maybe he used that effects on in phase. I'm not sure. All right. Well, anyway, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see one of the big bosses come down here. That is the fortress, and then he's gonna go ahead and send some cards from deck, and that's gonna go ahead and special summon out. That is Rune Force. So he banished cards. He banished level 12 worth of Machinas from his deck or his graveyard. That's gonna bring out Rune Force. That is a big 4,600 body. He's going to go ahead and battle into Sovereign. He obviously doesn't know the Sovereign effect. Oh, you could battle over him, actually. He can't use the effect to banish. So that is a good thing there for him. So he is going to battle over the Sovereign. I must have missed a droplet or something like that, I for sure, because there's no way that he lets all this resolve here. We're going to see Fortress go into the Grandmaster. And then looks like they're both going to be destroyed. And they're just talking right now, talking in the... Oh, Najee and I were basically talking to him, and we were just saying how he could have played that a little bit more differently, and he could have plus a little bit higher, but he's going to go ahead the Gear X into the Monk, and then we're going to go ahead and see the other Gear X attack. So Kevin, in fact, was able to break that Swordsoul board there, which is pretty impressive for him. I'm not going to lie, I was pretty impressed. He's going to put Shane down on a clock. He's basically one turn away from OTK. And Shane has to have some kind of follow-up or it's going to be for nothing. So, I really wish I could figure out why the Sovereign and Grandmaster were turned off. The Metal Cruncher is going to be able to come back. And I guess that's going to be able to come back off of the Fortress. But, yeah. So, he missed that because he had already attacked with the Gear X's. But it's okay. So, we have 2 Gear X's against Shane, so all he's got to do is combo off here, and he might be able to take it. Let's see what happens. I see a Vishuda. That's all it takes is a Vishuda, right? So Vishuda activate. That's going to go ahead and trigger Clasper, maybe? I thought I heard that, but not so much. That's going to go ahead and bring out the Monk. Then you can activate the Vishuda, bounce one of the Gear X's. We're just looking through here. I believe that this might be it for Kevin. Swordsoul can just be too strong. If he had any kind of negate right now, he completely will shut down Shane's board. It's unfortunate that he doesn't. But Earth Machines don't really put up a negate, so that's the normal summon Tenyi. He top decked that Tenyi. You know for certain he top decked that Tenyi. Always insane. Never punished. Never punished. So we are gonna see the Tenyi banished, and that's gonna go ahead and bring out a Baxia. Or Adara effect is going to go ahead and add the Long U1 back to hand. That's really good there. Then we're going to go ahead and see him synchro off. He is going to be able to synchro into a Baxia, I would imagine, and he's going to spin both those back. I don't really see any other play but Baxia. I think he went through both Grandmasters, too. So we are going to go ahead and see him bring down the Baxia. Yes. Oh, no, he's going to go Grandmaster. Okay. So Grandmaster is going to come down. He's going to go ahead and Chainlink 2 Tenyi, Chainlink 1 Grandmaster. So Taiyi's going to be able to send over the... he does have Vishuda, so probably send another Adara or Vishuda. Could send either one of the worms there. And he's basically just going over with Kevin with what all the cards do, which is good because Kevin gets to learn a little bit about Swordsoul. You know, Kevin's a new player, just got back into the game, so we'd like to help him out. He played very well. I mean, he basically was able to come in and, you know, right to locals, been playing this Earth Machine deck and really learning it, so it's really happy to see him do very well. Make it to the finals, I guess you'd say, like top in Swiss. So we're going to go ahead and see Shane send the Blackout off the Tenyi. And then that's going to go ahead and add a Moyi off the Blackout. Or not the Blackout, off of the Grandmaster. Now he can go ahead and activate Long Yuan. That's going to pitch the Moyi. Long Yuan's going to come out, bring out a token. He can make another Sovereign if he has it. Or he can make a Baron here. I just don't see how Kevin's going to be able to push through this. So Kevin is at 2950. I just heard him say he's about to take another 1200. And this is going to be game. So we should be going into game 2 here. So that was a long game 1. Definitely some misplays happened, but it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and let these guys side, and we're gonna move into game 2 and see if we can get a little bit better of a game match there. All right, sliding into game two, we're gonna see. Let's see if Kevin opens anything from these speed duel packs. I think he opened up a time wizard actually, but here's your reminder: if you don't mind, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate it. We're trying to hit 2,000 subs by the end of the month, and your help is truly appreciated by us. So we did see game one go to Swordsoul. It's unfortunate because I think that Earth Machine OTKs them there. If none of that happens, none of that play happens, and the misplay doesn't happen with the Baxi and the Adhara going into the Grandmaster under the Shaman, I believe that Earth Machine OTKs in that instance. But let's see what happens here. Let's see if Kevin decides to choke it up and maybe go first. I don't know. Might not be a bad idea against Swordsoul. But Swordsoul's board isn't that bad where Earth Machines can't break it. So I guess we're going to see here. Let's see who decides to go first. So Shane's going to get the shuffles in. And Kevin is going to go first, actually. So he decides to go first here against Swordsoul. You either got to commit to going second or not, right? That's the one thing about if you're going to play the going second OTK, you just got to commit, put all the power going second cards in. And here's why. Because we're going to set 3 and pass. That is unfortunate. Let's see. We're going to see Shane open up with the Ashuna. Ashuna's going to go ahead and summon itself. And we're going to go ahead and flip Rivalry on him. Let's go. That's a good card. Rivalry doesn't really affect Swordsoul now that I think about it because they're all worms. I don't know in an instance where I guess it eliminates Baron from coming out, so that's a good thing because Baron is a warrior. But other than that, I don't know what else he does. All right, so let's see. Let's just go on with the gameplay here. We do see a Gamma in Shane's hand. And he is going to go ahead and activate the Ashuna effect. Ashuna's going to go ahead and bring out the Vishuda. Now he has Vishuda and Monk on the board. I know there's a glare, but I apologize. We're going to fix that, like I said. So we are going to go ahead and see the Vishuda come out, and then you basically just link both those off for the Monk, or for the Shaman. Or you can actually link Vishuda off for another link one Monk, and then you just Vishuda effect, bounce the Rivalry, and then you can keep playing. But now you've committed a lot of plays with 2 other back rows said. A Torrential could go in. You bring out the Mo Yi, that could definitely go in. Please, let's see a Torrential flipped. What if that'd be insane? So Rivalry gets popped, or bounced. He is going to go ahead and normal the Ecclesia. Ecclesia effect is then going to activate Tributes for cost. That's going to go ahead and special. Don't flip it yet, Kevin. All right. So we're going to go ahead and see him bring out a card. And then he's going to bring out the Mo Yi. Mo Yi effect is going to go ahead and reveal the Ashuna. Ashuna is going to go ahead and that's going to go ahead and bring out a token. And he's going to go ahead and droplet it. Okay, droplet. And that is going to go ahead and send a Flying Pegasus, it looks like, to the grave. And negate the Mo Yi. Now he's going to take the Mo Yi and the Monk. And are we going to go ahead and see him do the same play here? Let's see. So we are going to see the Link 2 come down. Let's see if he activates the Shaman effect here. I say double Gamma Ash in hand with the Ashuna. So this might be it. This might be all he can do. He already normal summoned the Ecclesia, so he can't even normal summon the Ash, go into some kind of synchro play with the Ash, but let's see what he decides to do here. Let's see what Shane decides to do. I mean, Gamma Ash wasn't a bad. He was ready to go second. That's for sure. All right, let's see what Shane decides to do here. So he is going to go ahead and activate the Shaman, pitch the Ashuna. That's going to go ahead and bring back the... Does he bring back Mo Yi, or what does he do here? Keep in mind, that is the effect that restricts you from activating the effect of extra deck monsters minus Tenyis, okay? So do keep that in mind. So if you're playing against Swordsoul and they activate the effect of the Link 2 Shaman, they cannot use extra deck monsters effects except Tenyis. Chaos Berserker is a Tenyi. They can still use that effect. But it's something that you need to know. It looks like he's going to go ahead and swing in for some damage here and pass his turn to Kevin. Kevin does get the Urgent Schedule. Urgent Schedule's insane. That's what he needed right there. I think this might be an OTK. I don't know. We're about to find out. So Kevin is going to go ahead and grab or special summon the Freight Train and the Metal Cruncher. Could you imagine if Urgent Schedule just summoned an attack? Does it? I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and let's link them off, baby. Let's go. Let's bring it down. Bring it down. All right, that card is going to be the Knuckler, and what the Knuckler does is you can send another card from your that's funny. The link zones matter. He's gonna go ahead and normal summon the Flying Pegasus, and now it's gonna go ahead and special summon back out the Freight Train. Now he can activate the Knuckler. Knuckler can send, or he can overlay here. Not sure how he's able to overlay unless the Freight Train ups the level, maybe. Okay, so it's the Flying Pegasus that allows him to up the level and make it both all level 10 here. Now he can activate the Gustav Max here. Gustav Max is going to go ahead and detach. That's going to burn for 2,000. And then he can overlay for the Libby. Now Libby can attack once, but it's going to go for 6,000. Attack over the Monk. And then Shane is going to go ahead and scoop it up. So we're going to see Earth Machines come back, and they're going to come in and crash it, go for the game, and we're going to move on to a game 3. Let's go. Everybody, let's go, Kevin. Come on, let's see it. If you guys are interested in Kevin's deck profile, you can go to our playlist tab, which has all of our deck profiles. You can choose from live duels, dueling book duels, how to beats, and deck profiles. Select that. We just posted Kevin's Earth Machine Machina deck profile, so you can go check that out in our past videos. And let's see what we do here. We're going to go into game 3, and it looks like Shane is going to force Kevin to go first. We're going to see a Flying Pegasus come down. Flying Pegasus effect is then going to go make it level 10. He's going to overlay because he has the Freight Train out as well. Interesting to see Shane choose to make Kevin go first here. Is that going to cost him? And now he's going to go ahead and bring down the other one, which makes it unaffected by card effects. Yeah, so that's a Super Dora. So there's 3 different big machines, which are the Libby, the Gustav Max, and the Super Dora. The Libby is the one that burns. Gustav Max is the one that burns for 2,000. Libby's the OTK machine. And then he's going to go ahead and... So it looks like Kevin is going to pass. So he's going to go ahead and normal summon or special summon out the Ecclesia. Then he's going to go ahead and chain Rivalry to that. Then he's going to chain Ecclesia to the activation of Rivalry, getting it off the field. So obviously we knew that was going to come down, but Rivalry is going to be flipped. It looks like it's probably a Mo Yi here. Yeah, because he's going to reveal the Emergence. Emergence can now search him out the Long Yu-1. But yeah, that might have been a premature Rivalry. It's still going to stop the Baron, which is really good from coming out. So he is going to go ahead and activate. Okay, so he's going to activate the Super Dora. Super Dora is going to pitch Heavy Train. Heavy Train is now going to be able to pop a card on field. And it's also going to make Super Dora unaffected by card effects. That is a pretty good combo. I'm not going to lie to you. And it's a way to stall for this Swordsoul for sure. So he's going to pop the token. That is going to be tough but he can still normal summon. So... The thing is, he has Ecclesia in hand. If Rivalry, I take back everything I said. If Rivalry was not up right now, he could just normal summon, and then he could tribute it at that point. So shotgunning the Rivalry was actually really big brain. Because Shane still has Ecclesia in hand, he could have normal summoned the Ecclesia, and that would have brought out another... Oh, that's insane. That's insane. So we are going to go ahead and see him activate the Emergence, grab the Tenyi. And then he's going to go... He will still be able to... I don't know what he only has an Ecclesia engraved, so Tenyi still does nothing for him. He needs to get his access to a token or to the Ecclesia. But again, Ecclesia can't come down because of the Rivalry. So big brain. So he's going to go ahead and normal summon Tenyi. Emergence. Emergence was in the grave. I completely missed that. My bad. So he's going to go ahead and banish the Emergence. That's going to bring out a token. And if Kevin has an out to this token, he could stop his turn completely right here. Is he able to out the token? Does not look like it, but getting over that Super Dora is going to be no small task for Shane. So there's still something that he has to overcome there. Fortunate for him, most of his extra deck is Worms. I do see a Droll and an Ash and another Emergence, so that's going to be 3 dead cards right now in his hand. So basically he can go for the Grandmaster or Baxia. Baxia will spend 2 back because the token is a water and Tenyi is a wind. I think that there's the only play really here is just to go for a Baxia. Now, Super Dora is unaffected. Let me check if it's unaffected or if it cannot be destroyed. I'm pretty sure it's unaffected by card effects. It is. So Baxia can't even spin it back because it's completely unaffected. So he can spin back both the back rows. So Chainlink 1 Baxia, he is going to target both the back rows. And then he is going to chain Urgent Schedule. Let's go. He's going to chain Ash to Urgent Schedule, which is fine. Rivalry's going to get shuffled back. And then he still has a Super Dora up, though. And I think that Shane might be out of place. Tenyi's going to go ahead and send a card. And again, there's nothing that Shane can really do here because Super Dora is unaffected. Let's see what he decides on. And he's talking about the Mo Yi, and he's asking if Mo Yi was negated. And Mo Yi is, in fact, negated. No, it wasn't negated because he did the Super Dora. So he's going to go ahead and send an Ashuna, I think. I think we are going to see an Adara. He's thinking. He's big brain thinking right now. Let's see what he sends. He sends the Adara. Okay. Adara. All right. Adara comes down. And like you said, Super Dora is at 4,000 defense. I don't think that there's anything that Shane can do here. He has Ecclesia that's dead and Droll, so I think he's just going to have to pass on this. And I think Kevin has the potential to OTK next turn. If Shane doesn't have a way to stop him, he might actually get OTK'd by the Earth Machines. So they are rolling. For some reason, let's see. All right, so I guess they decided to call it a game. I'm not 100% sure what happened. Maybe Kevin didn't have a play or something, or they called it a draw. I'm not 100%. Oh, so they must have called it a draw because they're both on the same life points, and then they rolled a dice to see who would take the win. And it's unfortunate. We do see a droplet with Shane. So Shane could have set droplet. If he attacks with Super Dora, he could activate droplet and damage stuff. That would destroy the Super Dora. But I don't know. I feel like Kevin goes for OTK next turn. What do you guys think down below? Let me know. Comment and tell me, who do you think wins if they play this match out? Do the Earth Machines take it, or does Swordsoul with Shane take it? Either way, I appreciate everybody for watching. This has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG. Make sure to like and subscribe. Like I said, help us get to our goal of 2,000 subs by the end of the month. And I hope you guys have a great day. I'm signing out.
House of Cards.